Hello guys, what's going on? Welcome to the second episode of the kind of like Mourinho series that we got going on here. It was good to get the first episode out of the way. I know it was pretty boring, introducing the series, but now we can get into the proper game, start looking at the team, starting at the tactics that I'm going to be using. I've been training the squad on 3 tactics, as you can see. They're going to be called 3 in the middle, 4-4-2, and then 4-3-1 wide, which is just the standard Mourinho tactic. So I'll start to explain them. I normally play with a covering defender, and I normally play with a stopper. So this is normally, you can see in game, that stopper flies towards the ball a bit more, and the covering defender just hangs back a bit, not committing himself too quickly. Fullbacks, I just like to have them both on normal fullback roles, but attacking up the pitch. I think that works really well. I think they move into the space here and here quite well. And then moving on to midfield, I play with a deep lying playmaker. I could probably play with a ball-winning midfielder there, and I think I will have to against certain teams. But for the purposes of just general, I'm going to play with a deep lying playmaker, and then I play with 2 central midfielders slightly above that, one on the support role, one on the attack role. And then I'm going to play with 2 inside forwards, I think I went with. I noticed that the wingers with Porto, the majority of them are right-footed. So I think it would be better if I can play with inside forwards here. And at the moment it's just Sarah's Brahimi and Quaresma. And then up front we've got obviously Martinez, who we know as the key man of the squad, as the game has told me. But I was going to play with 4-2-3-1 wide, which is how Mourinho would have set up and how he does set up his teams, with these 2 central midfielders defend, and well, one supports and one is a bit of a defender. But I think this setup's going to work a bit better because I noticed with the team they have a lot of attacking midfielders. They have a lot of midfielders that specialise in going forward and playing the ball around the final third kind of area. So I thought I'd be best to play with one deep-lying midfielder. And I've gone at the moment with Casemiro, who is on loan from Real Madrid. He's 22, but I'm actually thinking, that as we go on with the game, we're going to change to Ruben Neves, who's only 17, but if you look at some of those mental stats, 17 determination, 17 leadership, 1 year's time, he's definitely going to be, he's going to be big. He's Portuguese as well, so the fans will love him. He'll probably end up being the captain in not too long time, and if he played just with Porto for 5 or 6 years, you'd probably see that. But obviously the aim is to win in 2 or 3 to win the Champions League. But hopefully he'll come good. But obviously I've got him on the bench at the moment because I think Casemiro is going to be the main man. We've got Herrera playing as the attacking midfielder at the moment, mainly because I think he's the best all-round player that we have for the role. We've got players like Quintero who can play in there, who's only 21. And if you look at his technical stats, some of the best in the game, really, for a 21-year-old. 18 first touch, 16 dribbling, crossing 17, corners 17. Great stats, and Flair as being 18. I really like Flair. I think the players in that pitch, they'll try the difficult move, the slotting the ball through the player's legs, even if it doesn't work all the time. We've also got Evandro. He's 27, he's getting on a bit. I don't reckon he'll ever truly break into the squad, but then again, he's an older, more experienced player who can play in some of those bigger games, maybe in the European ones. And obviously a suitable player to have. And then the final one in this midfield 3 I've got at the moment is Jose Campana. I think that's how you say it. He's 21 years old and he's only on loan from Sampdoria. And he's rated as our second best in that midfield role. And we've also got this guy called Oliver, or Olivier probably, or something. And he's on loan from Atletico, and I think he's actually going to even turn out to be a better player in that role. And he's only 19, he's got dribbling of 18, first touch 18, flair 19, passing 18, technique 19, vision 19. Some of the best stats for that sort of role in the entire game, and he's only 19. So I'm going to have to try him out in the area. I think I've put on this side, I think he's our one of our best wingers or attacking midfielders, as they say, because he's got really good stats overall. He's got great technicals, great mentals, and then he's got some pretty good physical stats as well. So I'm thinking he's going to be good on that left-hand side, and we'll be training him there to become natural as well in that position, and he's going to be cutting in quite a lot. So we've got someone that can go round on the right-hand side and someone that can cut in. Then we've also got the options of being able to put people on like Quintero, who I think is left-footed. Yep, Quintero's our only left-footed player, so I'm going to train him on the attacking mid-right, cutting in, and that'll be something a bit different. And obviously he's got great corners and great crossing. So when he's on the pitch, he's going to be taking out corners and free kicks. So that's looking at the main squad there. Obviously we've got tons of players on loan, and I'll tell you more about them probably later on as we go through. So set pieces, obviously I've got Quintero, Quaresma on pretty much all of them. Free kicks, I've also got Maicon, who is one of our defenders. If you look, he's got absolutely 15 free kick taking. That's fantastic for a little player. I think he's probably going to have a bullet shot on him. Captains, I changed the captain actually. It was Helton before, who obviously has great leadership, but the problem with me is he's not going to be playing every time, and he's also out for 6 to 8 months, and I think that's a bit of a problem. He's on the sidelines, I want someone leading the pitch, so I put Maicon on instead. He's 25, 17-16, actually better roles for being a captain. He's going to be in the middle every so often. He's going to help bring up our youth. I sent out a few scout reports actually over the past day or so. I've sent out the usual ones, but I've also sent out some different ones that I can maybe get in. This is where I think I need to improve my squad. So I think I need a centre back. I think it's pretty clear that with Maicon getting a bit older, obviously Rolando's on loan, and I reckon I can actually get a bit of money out of him. He's valued for 2.7. He's 28 years old. He's probably not got a huge future if I'm going to try and win the Champions League or anything like that. So obviously Balanta is the big one. Everyone gets him. He's 21 years old. You look at his report and he's extremely interested, and the potential ability being really high. Fairly selfish, and he has to learn the language, but it's not really a problem. You can get him on for most teams, and he plays well. But he's the one that everyone gets. I've also got on my watch Granada's Murillo. Sorry, he's another centre back. Probably, I think he's actually slightly more expensive than Balanta at the start. He's 22, obviously, but he's got great stats as well. Positioning 15, for instance, is just something which really helps him. He's got same potential ability. Starts slightly higher. But obviously, he costs a bit more. So he's pretty much a Balanta, but just slightly further on. A few people get him really. And then I've got Fabian Schär, or Fabian Schär as it actually is, because an A with an umlaut. He's 22 as well. He's got quite a variety of stats. He can be a really good player, and that's what I would be hopeful for. He's contracted Basel currently. I've also noted that his contract runs out on 30th of 6th, 15, so it's actually next year, so we might be able to get him on the cheap, or maybe sign him on a pre-contract agreement. I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to. But our scout report says he's obviously costs a bit more because he's an international playing with Basel currently, so quite a high level, and he has a good potential as well, and he starts a bit low. Then we've got Sampdoria's Pedro Obiang. He's got a great potential. He is 22 years old. His potential ability is really good, and currently he's rated up the second best if he was to be put in the team. But whether or not I need him at the moment is I don't reckon I do. But I was having a little look at him. Then we've got 20-year-old Ruben Garcia, and if you haven't heard of this guy, he's pretty good. He plays all the way around. He's natural on the left side, attacking midfielder. He plays everywhere up front. He's competent and accomplished everywhere. And that's something you want in a player like this. You can maybe get him on loan if you're in another club, but I was just having a little scout around. Obviously, he isn't on that big a wage, so you could probably get him for not that much, and obviously he'll be interested in joining you. This is an odd one actually. Helton's getting a bit older, so I was looking at Simeon Schaffet. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's 18 years old, and the report is amazing. He could be a 5-star player. For you, and professional, determined individual. They say it's some doubts, maybe worth tracking the player, but he's valued only at 1.5 million. I reckon if we can get him in, and then a season down the line, bring him in properly, maybe play him some cup games, you know, he could be a really good player for the team, and obviously, we're always trying to build for the future, so, you know, it's someone worth tracking, someone worth putting in the team. Next up is Red Star's Luka Jovic, and this is a player who's 16 years old. He's on a youth contract currently, so he's really cheap to get, and he has, I think, one of the biggest growth rates out of any player in the game. He's valued pretty cheaply. You can get him pretty cheap. Fairly selfish, that's one of his disadvantages. But he goes all the way up to a 5-star. He could be a 5-star player. And obviously his current ability isn't that great. But the possibility of him and the potential of him, I could get him in and then put him in my the B team, and then slowly work him into my squad in a year or so's time. And that could be something definitely worth keeping an eye on. I've had a look at Ekdal. He's a Swedish national, actually. And he's also got, I didn't realise this, but he's also got a potential of being a 5-star player. Not stats, scout report. There we go. He's got the potential of being a 5-star player, and he comes in, and then he is already our second best. And that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind. That's definitely something that you want to maybe think about when you bring him in. He's got higher wages than all the others. But whether or not we need him for this first season, or even the second season, if he's 24 years old, not old, but whether or not he's going to get as much game time as I'm perhaps thinking he might. And we've got Bokas Verdala. He is a little attacking midfielder who's 17 years old. He's really cheap again, and I was having a little look at his report, and there's nothing about him. You can't really find out much about him, but I had a little Google, because that's what I do in my free time. I googled him up, and he has a great potential. I've seen him go all the way to the top in about 3 or 4 years' time. Some people were playing with him, and that is definitely something I want to look out for. I reckon he's the sort of player that doesn't have great strength or stamina. But hopefully, because he's young, you'd be able to get him in, and you'd be able to bulk him up a bit, as I say. And then the final player that I was looking at was Bernard Silva, who is another central midfielder attacking in that little role we've got there. I really like playing players there. I like how they can be really flexible as well. He seems like he's got some pretty good stats. 17 dribbling at 19 is really good already. If he can go round players in that area of the pitch, you know, he's already at an advantage. Professional, and then this is what I like, light-hearted and jovial character. I think having that actually makes him a really good asset to the team, because it's different from someone being serious and then also not being very good. But he slots in pretty much where I expect him to kind of be, sort of in that in the middle of the pitch, in the middle of all our players, and he's got a great potential. So maybe if I can pick him up cheap, then he might be worthwhile getting. But currently he's valued at 2.4 million, and obviously Verdala, who's valued slightly less and is younger, has the same potential. Obviously, it starts at slightly less. The only good thing about Bernard Silva is he's interested in joining our team, I believe, because... No, he's not, but he's actually Portuguese, so that's definitely something to look for. A Portuguese player wanting to maybe play for one of the best teams in Portugal. 2.0 to meet the media. Okay, here we go. Do you feel the ambitions of the club are matched by the chairman? Passionately, absolutely, I have no doubts. Do you feel the expectation after you? I'm very happy with the direction we're going. What made you take this job? Well, I want to work at the very top of the sport, and it helps me achieve that. New managers often bring times of upheaval, and some at the club might fear for their jobs. Will there be many changes? Everyone, assertively, everyone will have a chance. While some managers are famous for their hands-on approach, calm. Do you reckon? I don't know. I tend to trust players as adults to behave in such a manner. Someone said that different managers favour different competitions. The Premier League. Passionately, I don't think it's right to prioritise one competition over the other, because I reckon we just have to get going, we have to push. Recent reports have linked you for a move of Guntala, midfielder Murillo. I'm going to cautiously say there's definitely some interest from our side. How do you expect Rossonero to react to the news that you're coveting one of his players? I don't know. He's not exactly the predictable type, because I reckon he would try and influence him slightly, but I don't know whether or not he'd actually have the effect that we all think he would have. We moved it on a few days, guys, and here we are. And obviously, all I've done is I met the media before, and I've expressed my interest in Murillo. For some reason, Bruno Indi's players responded badly to what PR was too quick to change the captain. You know, Ruben Neves will probably say the same. Reacted badly to what? Also too quick to change the captain. Yeah, maybe. Instructions for this game: retain possession, shorter pass into space, play out of defence. That's how I like to play into this midfield. section. I've also got Quaresma and people who I want to float crosses into the box, and Martinez has got great heading. I also want the midfield to start running and pushing up the pitch. So therefore we're going to exploit the flanks and the overlap with regards to getting the ball in the box. But I also find that playing with the overlap, but playing narrower as well, means you're going to get more fullbacks flying past and pushing higher up the pitch. I like it when they do try and relatively stay to where they're meant to be. It keeps the defence in check. I don't like using get stuck in or anything, more likely to commit fouls. I don't like playing at a higher tempo. I think it just makes, at this point in the season, it's not really worthwhile. And being more disciplined, I just wanted them to show me that they can play in this formation. Their opposition looks okay, but you know, they're just youngsters really. Apply small bit of advice. Overall team talk passionately. We are favourites here. Go out and impress me. Passionately, go out there and show me why you deserve a place in this team. I'm pretty much going to tell everyone that they need to prove to me that they can do it. I'm going to go attacking just to see how they do. Trying to work it up the side maybe instantly from the very beginning, and it gets cut out by Lopez. I prefer playing in this 2D style. I think it works well, and then the goals and the key moments are going to be in. The goals are going to be in 3D, just a bit faster up. Like Quaresma plays the ball, and Herrera there pushing into the box. And obviously Quaresma doing exactly what he wanted to, getting the ball into the box, into that danger area. And obviously no one marking Herrera because he was flying into the box then. Pushing higher up shape-wise lets them do that. It lets your midfielders push into that area of the box, sort of like a Frank Lampard kind of role. Not box to box, but pushing up. So we've got a little throw in here to Brahimi. He turns the player really well there. He's going to play it across, plays it for Herrera. Herrera chips it back to Martinez, just plays it down. Alexandro is going to go around him, plays it into Brahimi. Brahimi has a little shot and just puts it past the keeper into the inside post. Let's have a little watch of that. Alexandro, it seemed like a really silly ball across the middle of the box, sort of does, and then Brahimi just really swung his foot at it, and sort of just the power just put it past the keeper, and we're 2-0 up after 16 minutes. So it's looking pretty comfortable right now. I'm not going to make any changes. Campana there, winning the ball off just faster. Martinez has it. Is he going to shoot? He puts it past the goalkeeper again. I think it's pretty clear to see that we're going to go on a little bit of a rampage here. Just sort of the players in that area, they're able to pick the ball up in that part of the goal mouth and then put it past the keeper, because the keeper doesn't really have much skill. He's not very... Oh, lovely ball through there. Is Victoria Danilo, it's just faster, plays it back to Andreas. That's why we want to see a fast fullback, tracking back, but also able to push forward as well. So we're doing pretty well at keeping this formation roughly. Campana and Herrera should be able to be quite free in the middle. Is he going to go for a long ball through? No, he's going to go round number 8 there. He's going to play the ball down to Brahimi. Brahimi will probably cut back or play it to Alexandro. He plays the ball straight in. Martinez crossed into the box. I think that might have got a deflection in. Oh no, it comes off as a Martinez goal. Let's have a little watch. So Brahimi went for the cross in that time. Maybe you have to train him into that role of getting the ball into the box. Wasn't exactly a floating cross as I'd asked for, you know. Jackson Martinez, obviously, an 8.5 rating so far, calm lead in the game. 2 goals, it's looking really good for him. It's looking really good for the team as a whole, to be honest. Oh, and they've whipped in a ball here. Oh, and we take it out. We take it away from them. I think Lopez just plays it in. And obviously, Masquila there looked like he should have scored, but he just put it past the post. And that's sort of the problem with obviously playing a small team like this, the B team that we have. They're never going to be up to the quality that the teams that we're going to be facing are going to be. But maybe it's going to get our confidence up a bit. We can win by 6 goals here, maybe. Maybe even 7 goals. Martinez now has the ball. He's going to play it across. Now he's going to go round the player and put it in the corner. Martinez with a cracking goal there. He just seemed to turn the player. Let's have a little watch. He just seemed to turn away from everyone, holding the ball up, and then slots it into the corner of the goal, past the keeper. Oh no, the keeper may have got a touch there. Wrong to criticise. Just puts it in though. Overall team talk though, I can passionately say I'm very happy with the way things are going. Well, everyone's delighted. So it's not as I need from me to make any individual team talks. Obviously attacking and fluid is working really well for me. And the analysis of the game, we've been playing pretty well. Match stats, we've just been dominating. Anywhere, 5 fouls. I guess that's high pressure up the pitch that we're going to be playing. So I'm going to make a change here. Who shall I bring off? I think I'm going to put Ruben Neves on. I think he'd be a suitable player to play there now and get a bit of game time, because I'm going to want to bring him into the squad eventually. Who's looking really tired out there? Alexandra at left back. I have Jose Angel, so I can put him on, and I think I will, purely because I want people to be relatively fit. And then Brahimi on this right-hand side is looking a bit left for dead out there. So I'm going to put Christian Tello on. Yeah, that's how I'm going to work it out. And this could be a similar team that I'm going to be playing. Confirm my subs. For Ruben Neves, I'm just going to calmly say, show me why he should be in the team. Because I think he should be in the team every week for us, because he's got great potential. But obviously, we've just got Casemiro on loan, so there's not too much point in bringing him in straight away, because we do have to make use out of that playing. And Jose Angel, which is our left back, actually offside there, which is quite odd. They're all uninterested. Team talk, passionately get creative out there. So we didn't seem to look like we were going to do anything there. Ruben Neves picking up the ball. Hopefully he can spread the play. Plays it to Martin Indy, who's going to play it to the left back, yeah. Left back should be able to work up there. I've got him on attack, so he should be looking to push forward. He's going to cut it back, going to play the ball straight into the box. Quaresma gets there with a lovely header. Actually, I'm going to have a little, once we've seen the highlight, I'm going to have a little Quaresma stats and we'll see whether or not he's actually a good header. Have a look at the ball. Heading, he's only got 8 heading, so you know, you wouldn't expect him to be up there. Obviously, Quaresma at this point in the game is getting absolutely knackered out there, so I'm going to change him, take him off. I'm going to put on maybe Adrian Quintero, I think. Yeah, Quintero is just the standard swap that you could be able to do in that situation. And then I'm going to put on Olivia for Campana, because obviously it's only a friendly, so we can just make a few subs. We may well snatch another goal even. Ruben Neves picking the ball up, slaps Olivia. Plays it through to Jose Angel, who goes around everyone. Is he going to play the ball into the box? He does. Martinez there, open goal. Goalkeeper is absolutely nowhere. The positioning though of the goalkeeper was terrible. But really a 7-0 victory for us. It's great for our confidence. But obviously, hopefully they do realise that there's only FCPB. So if they see anything into that team talk, I'm going to assertively say, concentrate, guys. I just want you to keep it up. Quintero with the ball into the box. Ruben Neves not able to get his head on it. Quintero wins the ball back. Olivia's there on the edge of the box to pick it up. Plays it to Martin Indy. Ruben Neves just going to play around the outside of the box. Plays it through it doesn't get through to Martinez. Sort of ricocheting around there, and then it goes full time, everyone. In the first game, we win 7-0. A lovely, comfortable victory, but obviously we expected to win. I wasn't expecting such a good preseason performance, to be honest, guys. 7-0 is great in the first game. Obviously, they're all absolutely knackered now, but they're extremely delighted to have played like that. And as they should, Jackson Martinez with 4 goals, rating of 9.8. Absolutely phenomenal. If you can do that before us later on in the season, it's going to be really good. We can leave that game now and have a look in our inbox. Obviously, meet expectations and dominant. 29 shots to 2. Absolutely fantastic. So finally, guys, to wrap the episode up, I've submitted a bid for Shuffit. Most recently, I submitted £2 million bid, but that was quickly dismissed because I think having a backup keeper and getting rid of Helton in a season or two is going to be a good decision. I'm going to try and load him out if I do get him. I've submitted a bid for Murillo. They've said he's not for sale at any price, but I offered 2.8 million, I believe. I would like to add a new philosophy to be judged on. Allowed to play attacking football. I would like to suggest a new priority. I would like to be able to develop younger players and develop them. And then I've no further suggestions to make. Attacking football and developing younger players. I feel that'd be a benefit to the team. So there we go. I'm going to wrap this episode up, guys. This has been the second episode. It's been a really long one, actually, when I look back and combine all the recordings that I've got. Hopefully it's been an interesting one, looking at all the tactics that I'm going to be playing with, looking at the team in general. Obviously, we've got some great ratings so far after the 7 year. And hopefully we can push on and do just as well for the rest of the friendlies. Moving further into the transfer window, and then coming out at the start of the season, ready to go with the game. Thank you again for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. This has been the King of Football Manager. Until next time, guys.